to Little Worship Company Bible Time. My name's Jo and I'm going to tell you a Bible story based on the book of Luke, chapter 15. Lots of people know it as the Prodigal Son, but I like to call it the Loving Dad. Why don't we take a look in the bag to see what secret clue might appear in our story today? Ooh, hang on. What's this? Ooh, a little pile of clothes. It's very nice. Look, a purple cloak, a hat. Okay, well, we'll see. Shall we see where it appears today? Let's begin. Once there was a kind man. He was very rich and lived in an enormous house on a hill with his two sons. He loved his sons very, very much. He showered them with presents even when it wasn't their birthday. He took them on trips to the seaside. He even let them drive his fancy cars. They were very, very happy together until one day when the youngest son, we'll call him Jack, decided he wanted to move out. "Dad," said Jack, "I'm so bored. I want to go travelling and see the world. It'll be expensive though. Can you give me half of all your money? Pretty please." Jack's dad felt really sad. He loved his son. They'd always had adventures together and there could have been so many more to come. But he granted Jack his wish. Soon Jack's bag was packed and he was off. Jack had a lot of fun, and I mean a lot. He stayed in the swankiest hotels. He wore the coolest clothes. He went to the poshest restaurants in town. Whatever his heart desires, he had. And whatever he wanted to do, he did. Until one day, Jack ran out of money. Uh-oh. No more fancy hotels. No more cool clothes. No more posh restaurants. Jack had absolutely nothing. Jack was desperate. He took the only job he could find, feeding pigs. It was disgusting and it didn't pay much money. Some days Jack was so hungry that he dreamt about eating the pig food. Then, one day, while Jack was up to his ankles in pig muck, he thought, "My dad's workers have plenty to eat, yet here I am, starving. I know I've messed up with Dad. I can't be his son, but maybe if I go and see him and tell him I'm sorry, he'll let me at least work for him." And so, once again, Jack packed his bag and left. That evening, Jack's dad stood by the window in his house on the hill. He looked at the picture on the windowsill, one of Jack, and he smiled sadly. Oh, he loved his son and he missed him terribly. He looked out of the window and over the valley. He did this every day, 10 times a day, and most times he just saw miles of empty road. But not tonight. Somebody was walking slowly up the hill. Could it be? Yes, it's Jack! Jack's dad ran out of the house and he didn't stop running until he saw his son, and he threw his arms around him and gave him the most enormous hug. "Dad," said Jack, looking down at his shoes, "I'm so sorry. I know you won't want me back, but..." Jack's dad smiled with tears in his eyes. "Nonsense," he said, holding him even tighter. "Quick, let's get you into some fine clothes. Let's have a huge party. It's time to celebrate because my son, my precious, precious child is home at last." I love that story. Isn't it wonderful to see Jack's dad loved him so much? It didn't matter what he had done. He was forgiven. And that's just like us when we make silly choices. God, our Heavenly Father, loves us so much that he always forgives us. Thank you for watching Little Worship Company Bible Time. See you again next